great challenge for us this week, and first SEC road trip, and obviously in a great environment. Another tough environment to play in against a top 10 team, and so for us, it's going to be a great challenge. We're looking forward to the challenge, and we're looking forward to getting back out there today, improving as a football team. And again, our coaches are extremely excited to play. It's a 2:30 game, CBS, so our players are extremely excited to play as well. So today we're going to go back out and again attempt to get better at everything that we do. And it's going to be a great challenge for us, and one that we're definitely looking forward to.
When you cue up the film and look at Marcus Lattimore, what is it about this guy that makes him such a special player?
Well, he is, he's everything that we saw he was coming out of high school. He's explosive, he's quick, he's fast, he's got great vision. Really does a great job of cutting the ball back and seeing things that a lot of running backs can't see, and then he can get there in a hurry. And on top of that, he's an incredible threat coming out of the backfield in terms of throwing the ball to him. So they do a great job on their slip screens with him. They do a great job of just, whether it's a screen where they're actually running a screen, pulling linemen out for him or not, when they hit him on checkdowns and things of that nature. He's very dangerous, as you know, in open space, if they can isolate him on a linebacker and things of that nature. So he brings pretty much everything to the table. And on top of that, the offensive line is blocking really well for him.
You guys neutralized him pretty well twice last year. What did you guys do to slow him down?
We just tried to be very sound on our run fits and not jump, move gaps and things so our guys could see, where they were fitting. And really it's a numbers game, trying to get enough people in there to stop them. The offensive line is playing really well right now in terms of, creating holes for him to run the ball. And so they're physical, and so it's really, we're going to have to be physical up front. We're going to have to be able to get off blocks and play with our hands really, really well up front with our front four. And then obviously, the linebackers are going to have to fit, and we're going to have to, drop enough people down in there to stop him, which no one really has done a great job of yet. So he's just an all-around great back.
Gene, any update on Trevon?
Trevon will not be playing this week. He's out.
Is that just this week?
Well, we're going to obviously monitor him, Philip, week by week to see where he goes health-wise with his shoulder. But for this week, for sure, he's out.
Who more or less, I guess, inherits those snaps among the other?
Quan Bray.
Yeah.
Yeah, Quan's going to get more snaps than he's usually got. Again, we've been bringing Quan along, kind of week by week, and now he's going to assume the same reps that Trevon got.
Will Quan be the punt return?
Yes.
Coach, you said up here last week saying you needed to fix things throughout the week heading into the Florida Atlanta game. Played the game, you've got to look at the tape now. Did you fix the things defensively?
I think we got better. I don't think there's any question. I think we did some things better Saturday night than we did the week before. I think we got, number one, we got lined up and got people in the right spots most of the night, which was part of our problem the week before. So I think that got better. I think when we had opportunities to make plays, for the most part we did. Being able to get 3 turnovers is big. And we need more of that. And so, I think there definitely on the defensive side of the ball, there were some things that we improved at. I thought our tackling, although at times wasn't where we wanted it to be, I thought it got better. So I think we definitely took a step forward defensively Saturday night. And, again, we've got a lot of room for improvement. We're going to continue to improve this week, and I really believe that we're working in that direction.
On the flip side, offense hasn't clicked quite like it has the last couple of years. Have there been some issues identified? Is it just the quarterback? Or?
Well, I think that again, continuity on the offensive line certainly is important. Again, John Sullivan didn't play, at all, our right guard, and so look, we've got to continue to improve, up front. that's in both the run game and identifying and protecting, along with the running backs, identifying and protecting, blitzers, which, we did some, we did it well some the other night, and sometimes we did not. But it was mainly inconsistency, and, again, we have to get better, at the details, at the little things of what we're doing. It's not schematically an issue of some sort. We've got to execute better. We've got to produce better. I think, again, the continuity is kind of what we're searching for. So now, even going into this week, one of our receivers, is not going to be available. So now you got a new guy there. Again, it's execution of the offense.
For the challenges of the South Carolina passing game?
I think it's pretty well documented. Coach Spurrier does a great job of throwing the football, coaching the throwing game, and how their productivity is in the air just over the years has been great. As you know, they got really, really good receivers. They've got a really, really good quarterback who's very mobile and can do numerous things, not just throw the ball. But the air attack is it's something that we're going to have to make sure that we don't give up any of the big plays. That's the main thing. We know Alshon Jeffries is definitely a deep threat at all times. He can go up over two guys and get the ball. So we got to make sure that the big plays really are the things that defensively that are going to be the emphasis to us. They got a great screen game, and some of those yards that you see and some of that production aren't always from deep balls. Or guys making 10 or 12 yard catches and then turning those into a 30, 40 yard gain. A lot of that is the screen game, and some of their check downs to Marcus, and he takes the ball and turns a 5 yard gain into a 40 yard gain. So again, overall, their short game, meaning their screen game, their check downs, very effective. Ace Sanders, number 9, is a great screen guy, and they're very, very good at it. And then he can throw the ball down the field, as we all as we know as well. So just a very effective throwing game, and we got to be in position to not give up the big play.
There's so many different philosophies on running back. There's a lot of tailback tandems in this league with you guys. What's the disadvantage of having a guy who's just going to wear you down 30 carries a game like Lattimore has done many times?
Mm-hmm. The advantage of it is, I think, when you have one running back that can do that, they get into a groove, and I think running backs need to do that. And they all running backs are different, but I still think that there's something comforting to a running back who gets the ball enough to feel like he's in a groove, and I think that's the upside. The downside, if you only have one, that eventually during the season in this league, as you get down to the end, one guy can get worn out. So you're always in an advantage to have two good, physical backs that you can play all year long if you have that luxury. But again, not everybody has it.
What do you like about what Kyle Frazier's been doing here the last 2 weeks?
I think he's been growing, as a player in terms of knowledge of the game. I think that, his role obviously has expanded some, and I think that's been good, and he's been getting some interaction, on the field and getting some participation time on the field. But I think, the experience, as we all know, there's no substitute for it. So, but he's getting better, and we see it in practice every day. He's getting more confident. And, again, that's why his role has expanded some.
Gene, has there been any change in the pecking order behind Barrett as far as who's the backup?
No,
Clarence May's the backup?
absolutely.
He's run basically everything he's done out of the Wildcat formation at this point. Are there any plans to put him in a standard set and let him run from that?
Depending on, again, where we go in terms of expanding the role, that's not out of the question. But, right now, again, it's been a concerted effort to keep him in the spot with a Wildcat threat as what his role is right now.
Talked about running backs getting in a groove with a lot of carries. How big would that be for this offense to get Michael Dyer in that situation where you could kind of get him out there?
Well, I think it'd be huge. I think Michael's ready to assume that role. And again, we got to run. We got to run what we think the defense is giving us an opportunity to run. You know, if they're going to put 8 and 9 up there, you can try to run it all day long without a lot of success, so you got to be willing to throw the ball. So when we get the opportunities to run the ball, and we feel good that those opportunities are there, we really like to get Michael into the group.
Just looking at South Carolina's defensive front, how does that compare to some of the ones you've seen last year or two?
They're extremely talented, extremely talented. You know, we played against them last year, and again, they're very physical. They run the football. You know, they're just they're basically what you would expect to see in this league. Very talented.
Coach, your youth has been well documented, but we're now 4 games in. Maybe not so much on the field, but where have you seen a maturity level start to increase with these guys?
Well, you know, we still have a long season left. You know, we're only a third of the way through it. So I don't think that we've encountered all of the things that we're going to encounter. And I think you see young guys grow as different circumstances, you know, unfold. And so we're still very premature in the year, in my opinion. Are they rookies, and are they virgins to playing on game day? No. But I also think that we're still early in the year, and they haven't really necessarily encountered all of the different circumstances that they're going to. And I think that's where you really see where people go, you know, and how they grow, and you know, who they are and what they become. So, you know, to a certain degree, you know, a lot of those guys are still kind of looking around. Again, you know, there's always going to be new for them. So this week, for instance, this is a new SEC road game, top 10 team on the road. You know, so there's still going to be some newness, you know, as the season continues to unfold. So I'm proud of them. I think they've grown up a lot, really without much choice. But I think they've done well up to this point.
Do John Sullivan and Jonathan Adams have a chance to play this week?
They do. Mark, they got a chance to play. We're going to keep monitoring them and see exactly where they are by the end of the week, but they certainly both there's potential for them to play, yes.
Ontario, see, okay.
Yes.
You know, Jawara played a lot of snaps in his last game. Is he starting to prove to you that he's worthy of a bigger role?
Well, you know, he's another guy that, you know, was obviously redshirted last year, and we're trying to expand his role too, you know, in certain ways. So he was able to get a lot of reps last week, which was good. You know, we'll continue to look at different ways we can get him on the field, you know, linebacker-wise, with our depth that we have and the depth issues that we have. You know, he's going to need to continue to improve so that we can put him out there. So that's our goal, that's our intent, and you know, so we'll continue to work in that direction with him.
Any other questions?
Chris Davis, how's he doing?
Chris is day by day. Day by day.
Have you ever seen an October like this, schedule-wise? Ever been a part of something like this, or ever, you know, 5 or 4 top 10 teams, or top 18 teams, I guess, probably all these? I mean, it's pretty good.
It's certainly challenging, you know, and it's what makes the league great. But it's going to be 4 great football teams that we got to play in the next month, and we knew it was on the horizon. It's just here, but again, it's a great challenge, and we'll see how our team responds. But I feel good about it, and I feel good about going in there and having a lot of fun and taking the challenge and embracing the challenge and going ahead and seeing where we stand on the road.